This home reveals itself slowly, not through excess, but through atmosphere. From the very first step, the space communicates a calm confidence where light, proportion, and materials speak more loudly than ornament. Designed as a retreat from visual noise, the house balances minimalist restraint with the emotional warmth of Mediterranean living, creating an environment that feels both refined and deeply human. Rather than treating architecture as a static object, this home is conceived as an emotional journey. Every transition between spaces feels deliberate, encouraging slower movement and mindful presence. The layout does not overwhelm, it guides gently, allowing the inhabitant to experience space as a sequence of moments rather than a single statement. Light becomes the primary architectural material here. Morning sun filters through sheer curtains, while afternoon glow washes gently across textured walls. Openings are positioned not only for function but for poetry, ensuring that every hour of the day brings a new atmosphere into the home. The Mediterranean inspiration is felt in the soul of the house rather than in decorative cliches. Curved edges, earthy plaster finishes, and warm-toned surfaces subtly reference coastal architecture while remaining contemporary. The result feels timeless instead of thematic, familiar yet entirely new. Colors are drawn from the landscape: sandy beige, soft clay, sun-bleached white, and muted olive. This palette creates visual calm while reinforcing the connection between interior and exterior. Nothing feels artificial, everything feels grounded. This is not the cold minimalism of empty rooms and strict geometry. Instead, the home embraces a softer approach, where minimalism becomes a framework for comfort. Carefully chosen objects, handcrafted ceramics, and tactile textiles bring life into the simplicity. The main living area is open yet intimate. Low-profile furniture encourages conversation, while the spatial openness allows air and light to circulate freely. It becomes a place not only for living but for lingering, where time seems to stretch gently. Wood, stone, linen, and limewash are used in their most authentic expressions. Surfaces are allowed to show imperfections, celebrating texture and aging rather than hiding it. This honesty creates depth, making the home feel soulful instead of staged. Rather than being hidden away, the kitchen becomes a warm centerpiece. Natural wood cabinetry, matte stone countertops, and open shelving invite interaction. It feels less like a workspace and more like a place where stories unfold over shared meals. Large openings dissolve the boundary between indoor and outdoor living. A small courtyard, filled with greenery and soft shadows, becomes an extension of the interior. The home breathes with the environment rather than separating itself from it. Private spaces are intentionally understated. Soft textures, muted tones, and filtered light create an atmosphere of retreat. These rooms do not seek attention, instead, they offer emotional quiet, supporting rest both physically and mentally. Even the bathrooms follow the same philosophy of calm luxury. Plaster walls, stone basins, and warm lighting transform daily rituals into moments of care. The experience feels closer to a spa than to a conventional domestic space. Shadow is treated as thoughtfully as light. Recessed niches, textured walls, and architectural layering allow shadows to create visual rhythm. This interplay adds character and subtle drama without disrupting the serenity. Each piece of furniture feels integrated into the architecture rather than added afterward. Built-in benches, sculptural chairs, and custom tables echo the home's language of simplicity and warmth. The result is a cohesive spatial identity. Beyond aesthetics, the greatest achievement of this house is behavioral. It invites slower mornings, longer conversations, and more intentional routines. The architecture gently influences lifestyle, promoting presence over productivity. This home does not chase trends, it resists them. By focusing on proportion, light, and material authenticity, the design ensures longevity. Years from now, it will still feel relevant because its beauty is rooted in experience rather than fashion. Ultimately, this beautifully balanced home stands as a reminder that true luxury lies in atmosphere, not excess. Where minimalism meets Mediterranean warmth, architecture becomes a vessel for calm, connection, and meaning. For viewers of Modo Haus, this house is more than inspiration, it is a vision of how thoughtful design can shape a more peaceful way of living.